Hello, welcome back to the YouTube channel. I am Nick from Australia. Welcome to round 18 of the NRL. It's going to be a fantastic round of footy. 8 games of footy this weekend. 7 games will be played in Queensland. 1 game will be played in Melbourne. What a round of footy it's going to be. We've got 2 double headers. We've got 1 double header on Friday night, where both games on Friday night will be at Cbus Super Stadium on the Gold Coast. And on Sunday afternoon, we'll have a doubleheader at Suncorp Stadium, which is going to be absolutely fantastic. Great round of footy to look forward to. Really keen for round 18 of the NRL. Obviously, the NRL had to move to Queensland due to the virus and the outbreak in New South Wales. So 7 games in Queensland this weekend, 1 game in Victoria down there in Melbourne. What a round of footy is going to be. So let's get into it, man. Round 18 of the NRL kicks off on Friday night. It's the double header up at Cbus Super Stadium on the Gold Coast. The first game is at 6 o'clock. It is the Gold Coast Titans up against the Parramatta Eels. The Parramatta Eels are favourites here at $1.50. The Gold Coast are at $2.60. Both teams had the bye last week, and 2 weeks ago when both sides last played, Parramatta were beaten by the Panthers 13 points to 12. The Gold Coast had a good win over the Raiders down there in Canberra. Pretty important game for both sides here. Parramatta trying to finish the year in that top 4. Obviously, we've still got 8 or 9 rounds to go, but Parramatta need to try and secure a top 4 finish. As for the Gold Coast, they're trying to get into that top 8, which is going to be interesting to see how they go. Very important game for both sides. But for this game, I'm going to go Parramatta. I trust the Eels a lot more. I think they're a much better team than the Gold Coast Titans. Parramatta are more of an elite side. So I'm going to go the Eels to beat the Gold Coast here. I think Parramatta will actually win this game quite comfortably. I don't see the Gold Coast Titans worrying Parramatta. I know it's at Cbus Super Stadium, but I just like the Eels this weekend. I think they're a much better side than the Gold Coast. So I'm going to tip the Eels to win this game 13 plus. I'm going to go with a scoreline of, I'm going to go Parramatta to win. I'm going to go Parramatta 34. I'm going to go Gold Coast 14. So Parramatta by 20 points on Friday night. And I reckon Clint Gutherson will be the man of the match. So Eels to win, 34 points to 14. Clint Gutherson for man of the match on Friday night. The other game on Friday night is also at Cbus Super Stadium for the doubleheader. It is the Manly Warringah Seagulls up against the St George Illawarra Dragons. Manly are favourites here at $1.10. The Dragons at $6.25. This game is kicking off at 8:05 on Friday night. Manly last week had a bit of a hiccup loss to the Raiders. No Turbo, no DCE, so pretty much no Manly. As for the Dragons, they had a 1-point win over the Warriors a fortnight ago. Obviously, the situation with the Dragons at the moment, Paul Vaughan lost his job. 12 other players have been suspended, and big fines have gone the way of the Dragons. Look, it's 6 versus 7 on the ladder. It really should be a good game, but with the Dragons situation at the moment, with all the players in and out with suspension, the club's in a bit of a distraction at the moment. So I think Manly win this game well on Friday night. I'm going to go Manly to win by 30 points. I'm going to go the Seagulls to win 36 points to 6. I think Manly will be far too good on Friday night for the Dragons. I reckon Tanela Paseka will be man of the match on Friday night. So Manly to win, 36 points to 6, and Tanela Paseka for man of the match. Now let's move on to Super Saturday. The first game kicking off at 3 o'clock at Cbus Super Stadium. It is the Canberra Raiders up against the Cronulla Sutherland Sharks. The Sharks are favourites here at $1.60. The Raiders are at $2.30. The Raiders, like I said, they had a good win over Manly last week. As for Cronulla, they had a pretty gutsy win over the Warriors down there at the Strata Jubilee Stadium. This is a very big game. The Sharks are in 8th spot on the ladder at the moment. Canberra are in 11th. Very hard game to get a read on. But look, I'm going to tip the Sharks only because I trust the Sharks more than the Raiders at this current stage of the season. Canberra have been disappointing majority of the season. They're starting to get a couple wins together and try and fight for that top 8 position. But look, I just think the Sharks at the moment, they're playing better than the Raiders. I trust the Sharks more than the Raiders, so expect a close game. Probably a high-scoring game as well. So I'm going to go the Sharks by 4. I'm going to go 28 points to 24. And I'm going to go with Toby Rudolph to be the man of the match in that game on Saturday afternoon. So Sharks to win 28 points to 24. And Toby Rudolph for man of the match on Saturday afternoon. The next game on Saturday night is at 5:30 up at Townsville, Queensland Country Bank Stadium. It is my team, the North Queensland Cowboys, up against the Sydney Roosters. The Roosters are $1.35 favourites here. The Cowboys are at $3.10. Look, I would love to tip the Cowboys, but I just can't see it. The Cowboys, for mine, are very inconsistent. They're just like the Warriors. Cowboys are playing okay for 3 or 4 weeks, and then they're back in the drain for 3 or 4 weeks. I don't know what to expect from the Cowboys. The Roosters, on the other end, they're still in that top 8. They're currently sitting in 5th spot on the competition ladder. Cowboys, for mine, I don't know what they're going to do this week. 1 week they're good, 1 week they're bad. They're just like the Warriors. So, in saying all that, I think the Roosters win and win well. I hope the Cowboys can win, but I've got to go the Roosters here. I'm going to go the Roosters to win this game. I reckon they'll win by about 28 points, which pains me to say that. I'm going to go the Roosters here. 34 points to 6, and I reckon Sam Walker will be man of the match on Saturday night. So the Roosters to win, 34-6. Sam Walker will be man of the match on Saturday night. The other game on Saturday night is at 7:35 p.m. down there at Amy Park in Melbourne. It is the Melbourne Storm up against the Newcastle Knights. Melbourne are $1.10 favourites here. Newcastle are a whopping $6.50. Look, I thought Melbourne a fortnight ago against the Roosters were absolutely outstanding. As for Newcastle, a fortnight ago they destroyed the Cowboys, 38 points to 0. Look, I think if the Melbourne players back up, they're obviously going to be very hard to beat down there in Melbourne. Newcastle welcome back Tyson Frizzell. Ponga's there. Daniel Saifidi is named to play as well. You know what? I don't do this very often. I'm going to go for a huge upset. I reckon the Newcastle Knights will beat the Melbourne Storm on Saturday night. Now, before you flip out and go off your head and call me an idiot and go berserk, look, I believe the Newcastle Knights style of football really worries the Melbourne Storm. The Newcastle Knights outside backs like Heimel Hunt, Dominic Young, Kalen Ponga, they will cause Melbourne all sorts of havoc. And look, if Mitchell Pearce and Jake Clifford can keep getting better, Newcastle's forward pack on the other end is a very, very strong forward pack. I rate the Newcastle Knights this weekend, and I reckon they are going to win. Huge upset. Newcastle Knights are my specials of the round. So I'm going to tip Newcastle to beat Melbourne on Saturday night in a big upset. I'm going to go Newcastle to win by 4 points, 22 points to 18. And I reckon Mitchell Pearce will be the man of the match on Saturday night. So Newcastle to beat Melbourne in Melbourne, 22 points to 18. Mitchell Pearce for man of the match. Now let's move on to Sunday football. It is the doubleheader up at Suncorp Stadium. The first game of the doubleheader at Brisbane. It is the New Zealand Warriors up against the Penrith Panthers. The Panthers are favourites here at $1.30. The Warriors are at $3.40. I just said it before in the Roosters-Cowboys game. The Warriors are just like the Cowboys, both inconsistent. You don't know what they're going to do 1 week to the other. You just can't get a read on the Warriors. The Panthers on the other end are without Jerome Luai and Nathan Cleary. So if there's ever a time for the Warriors to beat the Panthers, then it is this weekend. The Warriors, for mine, they are a chance this weekend. I think the Panthers will get the job done, but I expect a really tight game here. I don't think the Panthers will win by a whole lot. The Warriors, last week against the Sharks, they looked okay early on, and they sort of just faded off in that game. I don't know what was going on there, but I'm gonna tip Penrith here. I think it'll be tight. I'm gonna go Penrith by 8 points on Sunday afternoon. I'm gonna go the Panthers here. Bit of a low-scoring game, though. I'm gonna go the Panthers. 18 points to 10 in a real low-scoring game. I think Penrith will struggle with points without Cleary and Luai. So Panthers to win against the Warriors on Sunday afternoon. 18 points to 10. And I'm going to go with Api Coruscant for man of the match. Panthers to win 18-10, lads. And Coruscant will be man of the match. The other game on Sunday afternoon at 4 o'clock at Suncorp Stadium. The doubleheader, Broncos and Tigers. Broncos are $1.65 favourites. The Tigers are at $2.25. Yes, you heard correct. The Broncos are actually favourites in a game of football. I can't believe my eyes. Um, both these sides are trying to avoid the bottom four. Unfortunately, I think both sides will probably end up in the bottom four come season's end. Both sides are probably trying to avoid the wooden spoon. I think if the Broncos win this game, they will avoid the wooden spoon. If the Tigers lose this game, the Tigers could even get the wooden spoon, depending on the Bulldogs, obviously. I don't know which way to lean in this game, but I'm going to go the West Tigers only because I think they're due for a win, and I've got absolutely no confidence in this game whatsoever. It could literally go either way. It's a real toss the coin game. So look, I'm going to go the West Tigers here. I'm going to go the Tigers by 6. I'm going to go the Tigers to win 32 points to 26. A high scoring game. Both teams can't defend too well. Tigers to win 32 points to 26 on Sunday afternoon. And I'm going to go with, let's go, Adam Dewey for man of the match. It's back at 5'8" this weekend. So Tigers to win, lads. 32-26, Adam Dewey for man of the match. And the final game of the round, excuse me, is on Sunday night, 6:15 at Cbus Super Stadium. It is the South Sydney Rabbitohs up against the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs. The Bunnies are very short price favourites here at $1.05. The Bulldogs at $10. I'm going to keep this game short and sweet. I think South Sydney will win this game by at least 50 to 60 points. I'm going to go for a big margin here. I'm going to go the Rabbitohs to beat the Bulldogs on Sunday night. Rabbitohs to win 56 points to 0. I reckon Cody Walker will be man of the match. I can't see the Bulldogs scoring a try against South Sydney. I don't know how they score a try against South Sydney. I just can't see it happening. So I'm going to go South Sydney here. 56 points to 0 and Cody Walker for man of the match. So guys, they're my tips for round 18 of the NRL. I've gone with the Eels. The Eels to win 13 plus. Manly 13 plus. Cronulla 1 to 12. Sydney 13 plus. Newcastle are my specials of the round at 1 to 12. Penrith to beat the Warriors at 1 to 12. Tigers to beat the Broncos at 1 to 12. And Souths to beat Canterbury 50 plus. Guys, if you enjoyed my round 18 tips, make sure you guys go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Let me know your tips for round 18 in the comment section below. But anyway, guys, have a fantastic Tuesday night. Take care of yourself during the pandemic at the moment, the lockdown and all that situation. Thanks for watching, lads, and I'll see you guys in the next one.